Hello everyone! In this video I'm going to be talking about ChatGPT and mixing. So a couple of creators that I've seen on here so far suggested sending a link to ChatGPT for it to listen to your song and you get mixing advice. So I gave it a try. This is a song called Speak. It's been in the works for about 6 to 8 years. I say that because 8 years ago I made the instrumental, and then 6 years ago I really started to work on it with a bunch of friends of mine. It's pretty much almost ready for release. This is the before ChatGPT version, which is the what I call CD quality. It's more dynamic. I have a radio version which is really squashed, which is the one I've been listening to for years. A friend of mine recently suggested, hey, bring the loudness down some. You're really pushing into that limiter. So I brought it down and it's more dynamic, and I sent ChatGPT both those versions and it told me to work with the dynamic one, so that's what I did. Here it is. I feel you when you're this quiet. I feel you when you're this silent. Just speak to me. This is the ChatGPT version. I feel you when you're this quiet. Just speak to me. The things that I noticed that really pop out at me after trying to follow the instructions, because it sort of gives you like ballpark. It'll say something like, oh, you know, try boosting at like 3500 for clarity, for example, or for your overall mix. It'll be like, oh, you know, anywhere between 12 to 16K. And of course you're supposed to kind of like wiggle around in there and like, you know, find your sweet spot for what you're boosting and your cutting. It told me to use subsynth for the bass, for example, and subsynth boosted up that low end. It really beefed it up. I think I went a little heavy-handed on it, so I want to bring that down. As you could probably hear, it was kind of distorting the rest of the mix. I do want to bring that down. I do like what it suggested for my vocals. They do sound more forward, and it's just kind of crazy because I used gain reduction on my vocals, and I suppose I could have just brought the compressor up a little bit more, but adding a compressor onto what gain reduction was already doing really seemed to make that a bit more aggressive. So I do like what it did for my vocals. I do like what it told me to do for the stereo field, and it suggested I sidechain my bass to my kick, which I did, and then it also told me to kind of like beef up the kick a little bit and then, you know, cut some muddiness out of it. So, you know, I tried my best to do what it was telling me to do. Personally, for me, what is really bugging me the most out of this mix is that low end, especially like the bass. And it could be something as simple as bringing back subsynth a little bit, or just throwing an EQ after it and fixing the low end that way by like introducing either a low shelf or a low cut. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to release this soon. Thank you so much for watching.